Are you an information addict? I'm going to give you a little test, and depending on how you answer, you're going to score points. We'll see how big an information addict you are. You ready? Okay. Ready? Okay. When you check your email and you have no messages, do you, A, you're relieved. That's normal. You don't get any points for that. You are clearly not an addict. B, you check it again immediately, +1. Yeah. Or C, send yourself a message to make sure it's working. I do that. I always do this. My server must be down. Oh shit. When your spouse says you need to improve your communication, do you A, say it's time to connect with your love? You get 0 for that. No. Somebody actually went, no. B, upgrade your phone, +1. Or C, switch to Verizon, +1. When your kids refer to you as A, daddy or mommy, that would be 0 points. B, internet service provider. Or C, parent1@gmail.com. You named your children Sophia, Lucas, and Emma. Those are the top 3. 0 points. Startup, Rev1, Rev2, +1. Or Siri, Mac, and hashtag. Do not name your child Siri. Don't, because they'll grow up and not understand half the things you say. When asked your oldest child's age, you answer A, 9, that would be 0 points. B, let me check on Wikipedia. 2, or not sure, but he was born 3 versions of Windows. I believe he's an XP child. You remember that. When you go to Fry's, when you go to Fry's, you feel out of place, that'd be 0 points. B, people ask you technical questions. That happens to me all the time. That's how you know you're a nerd. You're at Fry's, some lady goes, excuse me, can I ask you a question? I'm like, I don't work here. She goes, I know, that's why I'm asking. You might actually know the answer. Or C, you get sexually aroused. Your girlfriend/boyfriend broke up with you, A, by phone, that's +1. That's not bad nowadays. By tweet, +2. Or C, by changing his or her Facebook status to single, +2. When stuck on a bad date, do you A, have a friend call and fake an emergency? You lose a point, that is old school. Or C, B, hit Control Alt Delete. That's not a joke. When a homeless guy asks for spare cash, do you A, give him $1, that'd be 0 points. Or B, give him to him in Bitcoin. That's a good one, okay, +1. Or C, give him 2 gigabytes of RAM. That's a dirty joke. I get it, it's cash, I get it. Cash memory, you gave him memory. Before having sex, you always A, put in a condom, that'd be 0 points. B, run his or her name through background document check, +1. Or C, run Norton antibiotics. All right, what is the oh darn, that built. Oh well, that was supposed to build, but it didn't. Well, if you have more 16 to 23 points, you are ready for iPhone Anonymous. If you're over 24, you are a pusher, C, genius mark. If you know your total at all, anybody know? You're a nerd, you're clearly a nerd. Because I don't know my total, and I wrote the bit. If you couldn't add your total, you're a liberal arts major. And if you had someone else add it, you're a man. If you scored between 0 and 7, you're lying. It's just a study veil. And if you're 8 to 15, you're not. So basically, what I'm saying is that, and I hope I made my case, is that we're all addicted to information. And the reason is there's an unending supply of information. There's too much information. And there didn't used to be too much information. In fact, I found this great chart. And this is why it's frustrating to be alive today. The quality of decision making is a function of how much information you have. If you don't have enough information, you can't make a good decision. And when you have too much information, you can't make a good decision. Right? It used to be we were down here. I think in the 50s, that's too much. In the 50s, I think we were down here. My parents' generation in the 50s made a lot of mistakes, and I'll show you the mistakes. So they made mistakes. We're up here, and we're making mistakes, but for a completely different set of reasons. And for example, in the 50s, there are bags from the 50s. Notice anything missing off the bags in the 50s? Wheels. Wheels, exactly. Where the hell were the wheels? We didn't figure out to put wheels on baggage until like the 70s. We standing around thinking, God, this is heavy. How do I get this over to my car? That vehicle with wheels. How do I get this heavy shit to get over there? Speaking of cars, notice anything missing in a car? Hey, seatbelts. They had no seatbelts. Oh, people are flying around. How could we possibly stop people from flying around inside of cars? Oh, you'll be fine. They had vitamin donuts. These are real products from the 50s. They didn't eat good. Look at this one. They fed their babies 7-Up in the 50s. And this is a real ad. Look, if that didn't work, Coke. Your baby a little sluggish, try it. Give them some Coca-Cola. Everybody smoked in the 50s. Ronald Reagan did ads. Everybody did cigarette ads. Look at this. Blow smoke in her face and she'll follow you anywhere. Look at this. Doctors recommended cigarettes. Dentists recommended cigarettes. Santa friggin' smoked. They didn't know shit in the 50s, I'm sorry. They might have been happy, but it wasn't because they knew a lot. So then we came along, somewhere, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, we had the right amount of information. And then since we are way out here, the age of too much information, and here's how there's just, anything you want to believe you can. Because you can find information on the internet to back up whatever you want to believe. Like, for example, eggs. I still don't know if eggs are good or bad for you. There's a million stories. It's like, I used to see commercials, eggs are bad, they're good. There's a million articles that egg yolks are bad, they're bad at smoking for you. There's a million articles on the healthy side of eggs. I don't know whether egg is good or bad. It's a toss-up. It's just a decision. It's like fate. You have to decide whether you believe in eggs or not. Cell phones will kill you. I still don't know. I'm talking to my cell phone, but I don't know. There's a million things that say mobile phones do not cause cancer. Do they? Like, there's a million. I don't know the truth. I don't know the truth. There's too much information. Look at this. 11 ways the internet can kill you. You know where I found that? On the internet. That's just wrong that that's on the internet. Food, very frustrating to me. Trans fats will kill you. Don't eat trans fat. Trans fat's very bad for you. Oh, don't eat too much protein. Oh, no, don't eat protein. Too much protein's bad for you. Oh, carbs are evil. Stay away from carbs. I found this one. Look, food can kill you if you eat it. What am I supposed to do with the food? Shove it up my ass and crap it out? I'm not allowed to eat it. So somewhere we came to the age of too much information. Somewhere around here. That was only 6 years, by the way. I think when Paris Hilton took up space in my brain, that's when we hit too much information. When good information went out and Paris Hilton took its place, that was too much information. And then we hit the bottom when Honey Boo Boo got made. The minute I saw them, I'm like, that's it. It's over.